Welcome back. Okay, so a couple things we need to do here first. Outside here. Need to move all this stuff so we can portion everything. Not going to bust out the new containers just yet. We'll go with the old Betty Crocker. You can see after, you can tell I've used these for meaty pasta a lot because the plastic actually does get stained after a while. That's fine, whatever. They're clean. I run them through the dishwasher, so they're basically sterilized after every use. And we should be able to get 8 portions out of this, possibly 9. Let's find out. Alright. Makes a difference when I'm doing this for myself as well, as opposed to when I make this when Rose is here. Of course, when there's 2 people in the house, you eat twice as much when it's fresh. So there's less for the, for the portion packs afterwards. But when it's just me, I can usually get quite a few. I'm going to see if I can actually squeeze a few more out of this. It looks like I might be able to. Generally, I put the pasta up to about the halfway mark in the container. So about to where that line is. And then the rest is sauce. Just got to break them up a bit. They stick together a bit when they sit in the colander a little too long. Go. Should be enough. Try to keep them as even as I can. Want all the portions to be the same. So, Carlatin, why are you terrified of bags? Did someone try to suffocate you in one as a child? Genuinely curious. Asking sincerely. You predict 9, eh? Well, I think we do have enough for 9, not quite enough for 10. So you may be correct. Let's find out here. 9 is a pretty good batch. Oh yeah. Easy 9. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so now basically put 2 scoops of sauce in each one. There you go. And then whatever's left over, we just kind of divvy up evenly amongst the 9 containers. You can see how hearty it is, eh? It's a very thick sauce. Part of that being the fact that I put almost 1.5 kilograms of meat into it. It's wonderful. That's how I like to do it. I've done it before. I've used about half the portion of meat. And it's good, but not as good. You need more meat. Get all that meat in there, man. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to have a bit of a surplus of sauce here. Just a little bit. I guess we could almost do 3 scoops. Okay, we're a little short. I didn't quite do that totally evenly, but that's okay. The 2 scoops of sauce is quite a bit to begin with, so the additional sauce is just kind of a bonus. Just give them a little shake to settle everything. So the next batch, we won't be eating any right away, so we should be able to get 1 or 2 more portions, I think. So here we go. 9 meals, ladies and gentlemen. 9 meals. Could conceivably have 3 days worth of food right here. Or 4.5 if you only have 2 meals a day. Which I often do, actually. There's no room in that freezer. Well, we're going to move over here. How am I going to get in here? Okay, well, that can go down there. This will have to go there for now. Okay. Actually, yeah, we'll put it in here, I think. There. La la la. Okay, good. All right. Oh. Yes, and Stout raises a very good point. He says, and depending on how depressed you are, maybe a full week. That's true. I have had days where I've only had one meal. Those days do happen in real life. Well, my hope also is that having more variety of meals pre-prepared, requiring minimal effort to prepare for consumption, i.e. just heating them up, that I'll be more inclined to eat, properly. And hello, Michelle. The 0 calories and fiber diet, so what is that? Bread and water? 0 calories and high fiber. So just having some water-soaked granola then, I guess, eh? Delicious. Alright, so essentially we're at the rinse and repeat stage. Just going to clean the pan here. little less heat, please. There we go. Oh, I was going to say, Duncan, I saw you mention kidney beans and chickpeas. I have both of those as well. A couple cans of chickpeas and a can of kidney beans. And you were saying how you like to use them in your slow cooker casserole. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use them for. Probably something similar to this, like a sauce or something. I don't know. We shall see. Just give this one a quick little wash. Greetings, Analog Man. The anal OG man, that's right. How's it going, Analog? I don't know why I made that voice. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Do I look like a man with a plan? Alright. So 9 meals so far. Let's see how many we can get out of this batch. Place your bets now. I'm almost tempted to use one of the other kinds of pasta to differentiate the sauces, because when they're frozen you won't really be able to tell as well. But then the other part of me is like, well, then it will be a lovely surprise. So, I don't know. There, is that a bit of a better view of the stove? There we go. Literally a tube of ground beef. I often buy it like this because it's a pretty good deal usually when it's on sale. Typically when it's on sale, one of these goes for between $8 and $10. I think this one was 11. When they're not on sale, they go for about double that, like $16 to $18 for the same amount. So I'm just like, I'll get it when it's on sale. I always rinse out the meat wrappers and meat containers. I put them in the garbage. That way if I don't get to the garbage for a couple days, it doesn't start to stink too bad. Yeah. I'm not one of those take the garbage out every day types of people. I usually take it out, maybe a couple times a week. Once a week. Definitely need more dish detergent. I usually keep a spare in the cupboard up there, but I think this is the spare. And it was another thing I forgot to add to the list when we went shopping, and only realized when we got back. So yeah, olive oil, dish detergent. I can't remember. I did get an industrial sized pack of toilet paper rolls though. So we're all set for toilet paper for the next 6 months. Is it? Yeah, Duncan says chickpeas and red kidney beans go great in most things. In fact, nothing I like making if a another thing I like making is a chickpea curry. Gotcha. Hey, Roach Beats, how's it going? You want me to butter your biscuit? Oh, okay. There you go, buddy. There you go. Consider your biscuit buttered. Oh, Choke says, I have a genuine question to ask. Obviously, with the new Marvel season and everything, I've seen sporadic films from a little of each character, like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, some Avengers, a couple of Hulks, some videos on specific characters. Where would be a good place to start and work forward towards? Yeah, basically what Carlatin said. Watch the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man because it's great. I love it. And for the MCU, yeah, just watch them in release date order. Honestly, you'll get the most out of it that way. Start with Iron Man and go from there. What is that order? Well, I mean, you can find a list of them. I'm pretty sure Wikipedia has a list of them. But basically, you start with Iron Man. And, what the hell is Phase 1? It's Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, the First Avenger, and then the first Avengers movie. That's Phase 1. So you can start with that. That's the first 6 that kind of set everything up. And then you can go from there. But I mean, honestly, I would suggest if you haven't seen all the MCU movies, yeah, just watch all of them, dude. It's a great series, and they're all connected. And the more you're familiar with kind of the flow of events through them, the more you get out of them. Like, you'll be picking up on little references to the others and stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun. You know? It's a lot of fun to take the journey. There's still a few I haven't seen. I haven't seen the 4 most recent ones. I need to get on that. Rosie and I have been working our way through the whole series, and we got a little sidetracked watching horror movies. Yes, they do overlap. That's the point. Is they sometimes they'll guest appear in other characters' movies. The Avengers movies is where they most obviously overlap, but there's overlap throughout all of them. Like, they're all connected. It does get better as it goes along, but I mean, the early ones are still good, I think. I found I like the early ones better upon reviewings. But yeah, as it develops and grows and whatnot, it definitely improves. It's quite an achievement, really. The fact they were able to pull it off so successfully. I mean, there's really never been anything like it as far as a series of interconnected movies like that. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their favorites, for sure. I mean, everybody has their most and least favorites. Like, some of the ones that I like, a lot of other people don't. And a lot of the ones that a lot of people like, I don't particularly like. I mean, I like all of them, but there's certain ones that I'm more inclined to rewatch than others, you know. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend seeing all of them at least once, and ideally in release order. And then you can enjoy the journey, you know. And what a journey it is. Because then when it gets to the point where characters leave or horrible things happen to them, you'll have all of that history with them because you watched the previous movies. And thus those moments will have greater impact for you as a viewer. This is Marvel. People die in the Marvel Universe. That's all I'll say. As to which people, well, you'll have to watch the movies and find out. Okay, so I've just read so many interesting things, like Victor Doom's real strength to resist mind control and a headbutt from the Hulk, Thanos' sad background. Oh yeah, Thanos is definitely a tragic character. Even the Fortnite comic book, Thor is losing his ability to remember, is all very intriguing. It has a very Adventures, Universe, Studios feeling to them. Yeah, so do I, Mike. I put them in release date order. I mean, there's a couple different orders you can watch them in. I like to go in release date order because I feel like the way that they revealed things about some of the connections in that sequence plays better. But some people like to watch them in chronological story order, in which case it's slightly different because there are some that occur prior to modern day. So, yeah, I find it's better in kind of the non-linear fashion of the release date order. I just think it works better to kind of have hints at what has gone before and then see the movie that covers that, you know, in the order that they came out. I just feel like it plays better that way. But yeah, apparently there are going to be comic books that tie in with the Fortnite event. It'll be actual Marvel comics called Nexus War, and that's all going to be tied into it apparently. That's correct, Baseman Mike. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the problem is if you go and watch Captain Marvel, where it occurs in the continuity, you don't see her again for like 20 movies. So you'd be like, what the hell happened to Captain Marvel? It's like, well, you know. And then even Captain America, you don't see him for like 6 movies. If you go in chronological order. So yeah, just go release date order. I'm pretty sure there's a Wikipedia article that that gives you a list of them. I would get the link for you, except I'm in the kitchen. Yeah, it's interesting. I found I enjoyed some of them more on second viewing. Like there were some of the early ones I recalled. It's like I didn't really like that one. But then I watched it again and I was like, huh, that was actually a lot better than I remember. You know, it's just kind of, it's one of those things. Oh, you said Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel. Yes. And did you mention Captain Marvel? Yeah. Where the hell did run off to? Who? Oh, Captain America, right, yeah. Well, to be fair, he was frozen for a long time, so, you know. Oh, and with every single one of them, make sure you watch to the end of the credits, because there's always little things after the credits that set things up for upcoming movies. And they are all part of the story. Of course, if you're watching them on Blu-ray or streaming, you can just fast forward through the credits and then watch the thing at the end. But yeah, always make sure to check at the end of the credits, because there's always some goodies there that are worth checking out. Get you hyped for what's coming. Damn, I am on my last dribbles of olive oil here. Fuck. I hate it when I run out of stuff. Especially when I just did a huge shop and I should have remembered to pick some up. So tortiglione again, because I like it. It's actually my favorite pasta to use with a meaty sauce. So with the Alfredo sauce, I tend to go with penne. Well, that's entirely possible, Chuck. Bear in mind, these are characters that have been around since the early 60s. So they got a lot of history behind them. And a lot of things have happened over the years, some of which are quite strange. I mean, it's just kind of par for the course, I think, when you have characters that run for so long. The writers kind of have to rack their brains to come up with new interesting things for them to do. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if that was something that actually happened. You know. Donate olive oil to Sean so he never runs out. That's right. My fan P.O. box runneth over with olive oil. No, I'll get some, I don't know, next week, I guess. I'll just have to make do with the margarine for now. Yeah, see, this is the lean, and you can already see there's more fat burning off of this. But we'll see how much of it we can boil off. So this one's just going to be the tomato and basil Classico. It's quite good. It's probably the most straightforward sauce that Classico does. And of course another can of diced tomatoes. Cass needs money, yeah. Like Carlatin. Carlatin would send a bunch of things if he had a P.O. box. Yeah, well. And if he had money. Carlatin, I think, is the most broke of us all. So this was about a $427 grocery run, all told. I did the tally at the end of the day, leaving me with about $4 in my account. But yeah, so getting all that stuff, there was still things I forgot. Like, I couldn't believe it. But I guess that just goes to show how low I was on everything, right? It's like, even getting that much stuff, there was still stuff that I overlooked. Analog band. So I was going through my Laserdisc crate that I received upon purchasing my DVL91 Elite DVD LD combo player off Craigslist. Well, aren't we all special? And while I certainly watched several things from it, I certainly haven't really touched the collection in certainly a number of years, certainly. I begun to pull random LDs out just to see what they were, and lo and behold, there was a vintage 1982 pornography film titled Fascination, and I loaded the old LD player up out of curiosity. It was the real deal, too, uncensored and everything. Wow. So you had some hardcore porn on Laserdisc. Amazing. Well, there's different levels of porn, right? I mean, they certainly had uncensored porn in the 80s. I know. I've seen some. But, so that's good. That's a little bit al dente. So we're going to stop there. Meanwhile, I'm probably not even holy shit, my brain is short-circuiting. Probably not even going to bother fully heating up the sauce this time around, because we're not going to be eating any of it right now. It's all just going to be going straight into the freezer portions. So, alright, this is just about ready. There's still a fair amount of liquid in there. Alright. Welcome back, Toon Man. Welcome back. Actually, I'll move these over. Now we'll move them over again. Oh, I should probably turn the burner off, eh? Ah! Yeah. So wondering, like, why is there so much heat coming off the stove? Well, maybe because you just left the burner going like an idiot. Alright, almost boiled off the fat into my face. Couldn't find a date or anything, but it is in fact true. Doom cut out the banner parts and placed them in a body clone from the DNA Hulk and Banner shared. Well, there you go. Imagine trying to hide a huge porn laserdisc from your parents, yeah. What were they doing in said porn? Oh, you know, porn stuff. Yep, that's definitely only on your end, Michael, because nobody else has mentioned it. Time to reload. See, the correct procedure there is to reload first and see if the problem persists. If it does, then mention it. If you're mentioning it without having tried reloading, then we all just point and laugh at you for not reloading. And of course, he's probably reloading right now, so he missed all that. Oh well, there will be other opportunities to chastise Michael for things. Of this, I am certain. Okay, I think that's about done. So let's finish up the sauce here. That even looks good on its own, just tomatoes and meat. But we're going to add more to it. Like, I'd eat that, tomatoes and meat. Maybe with a little seasoning, but you know. There Hey, we got your tomatoes and meat here. Just nothing but tomatoes and meat. Meat and tomatoes, tomatoes and meat. Okay. More peas and carrots. Where the fuck did the scissors go? Oh, there they are. As the sauce is about to boil over everywhere. Yeah, Kralatin, pay your rent. Why are you such a points hoarder? Let me guess, you're trying to get up to 500k so you can pay your rent 10 times all at once, over and over, and just flood the chat with you paying rent. That's it, isn't it? I figured it out. I figured it out. Totally not having a stroke right now. Everything's fine. My brain normally works this way. It's fine. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's the do-do-do song. Yep. I'm losing it. Too much time with my face over the oven. Boiling my brains. Calm down, Jesus. Just enough to kind of get things mixed in nicely. I mean, that looks good. It's got a nice color to it. I do have a couple cans of mushrooms, which I could have added in here, but I'm saving those for the Alfredo. I like mushrooms in my Alfredo. Alright, I think we're done. Batch number 2, finished. So how many portions you think you got? You guys think we're gonna get? You think? Brain is just misfiring something fierce. Hey, Monkey Demon. That's what here. $25. Thanks so much, dude. Really appreciate that. Sorry, I just saw it. I don't get the notifications orally when I'm over this in the kitchen. Good stuff. I've actually been here for like an hour or more. I was just off in another part of the room doing stuff. Oh, was all your background noise? Cool. uh, but yes, it's I don't know why the Twitch mobile app is lacking, shall we say, in certain regards. Like, for example, a lot of people come, like, I run reruns when I'm not live, and a lot of people come and watch the reruns, and they think I'm live, because on the desktop it says rerun clearly at the top of the video player screen when you first go to the page, but on mobile it doesn't. It just looks like any other stream. So I leave the chat open, and I'm kind of, find it funny to check it in the morning and see how many people tried to talk to the rerun. So, quite a few try to talk to the rerun, needless to say. But yeah, generally speaking, if I'm not streaming, I'll be usually running a rerun. All about promoting the content, right? So how many do you think it's going to be? Oh, you did ban... Yeah, I actually saw that when I read the chat later. It's like, oh, Latin. Yeah, it's just some guy came in and called me fat. You're fat, lol. Okay. I'm aware, but thanks for reminding me. Oh, shit. Actually, not that fat either, so... Joke's on you, buddy. Alright. So we got 10 here. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. Should be able to get 10 easy. Maybe we can get 11. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to try the usual portions here. Just fill it up to the middle. Not putting my hand on it because it's still hot. Well, ish. I guess I could just run cold water over it, but logic, whatever. La 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 la, shooby doo boo, la di da doo da, la di da doo da. That's a little bit too much. Just keep it balanced. Maintain balance in the force. No, there's not quite enough. Put a couple more in there. I hate it when you go to those Chinese food places and you order, I don't know, chicken balls or something. And first they take like a big scoop and put chicken balls on there. And then they're like trying to like fish around to get like that one last chicken ball or like a tiny piece of a chicken ball just to, make it all the exacting proportions that they are mandated to give you. And it's like, God damn it, just go crazy with the scoops, man. Just unload all those chicken balls all over my plate. You don't have to be dainty. But I guess they have like designated portions that they are required to maintain. Not too much, not too little, just the exact amount. But it always bugs me how they like just kind of they're so nitpicky about the last few bits of chicken that they put in there. It has to be exactly the portion. Your fat, yeah. That's correct. That is the correct wrongness. And that's always what it is, so you know it's like some teen who's bored. I'm gonna go on stream and call fat streamers fat. That's cool. I'm funny and clever. That'll teach them for being fat. Having me tell them that they are fat. Like the guy who thought it would be a real insult to me. Really humiliating and embarrassing to show me clips of my own videos that I posted on YouTube, so I'm quite aware of what's in them. Yes, in that one I was dancing in my underwear. Correct. Aren't you ashamed? No. Why would I be? If I was ashamed, I wouldn't have posted it. Plus, I have no shame, so... People. Trolls are dumb. They really don't think things through sometimes, you know? Like... Yep. Almost naked in that one. Correct. I know. I was in it. I edited it. I posted it. I am very aware. Oh yeah, Toon Man says, the Chinese food counter Quality Foods doles them out when you order a 3-item combo. They have to put the chicken balls in a separate bag because they filled the container with the chow mein and first 2 items. Oh, yeah. You're fat. And? Yeah. Oh, take care, Duncan. I guess he's already gone, but... And yes, a troll in the rerun. Run old SNIs is real. Actually, I do sometimes. I have run old SNIs before. Confuse people with our incredibly outdated rants. Why are they ranting about that movie as if it hadn't come out yet? I'm so confused. All right, so. Hearty scoops, because we know we've got enough sauce. There we go, look at that. Oh, yeah, baby. So we got 10. So we got one more portion beyond what we had before. So that's pretty good. So basically, I guess what that means is, if you don't have a meal out of what you're meal prepping, you can get 10 meals out of it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good hearty eating right here, folks. Oh. Alright. Last one, then we dole out what's left. Now we'll do a third scoop here right away. A little bit more. There's actually not much left. This doled out pretty evenly. Look, I'm doing the Chinese food thing. Actually, it wasn't the chicken balls. I remember what it was. It was the sweet and sour pork. They would just be like doling out little molecules of it at the end to just fill it in. I'm like, just give me another chunk and call it a day. Like, why you gotta be so stingy with the last little bit? Alright. Let's give everything a little shake here to settle it. There we go. I actually just reheat from frozen. With one exception. The one of the things I meal prep is a breakfast hash, which is basically it's hash browns with seasoned ground pork. The ground pork is pre-cooked. And it's seasoned with breakfast sausage seasoning. And then it's 3 different types of bell peppers. No, 4 different types of bell peppers. Green, yellow, orange, and red. And fresh cut up onions. So anyway, I make that, freeze it. That's the one thing that I actually pre-thaw. And I don't fully thaw it though. I basically take it out when I go to bed, put it in the fridge, and then by morning it's still frozen, but thawed enough that I can just kind of give the container a shake, and it all loosens up so that I can put it in the frying pan and fry it. That's also the only one I don't do in the microwave. I actually pan fry that in the morning. Everything else, like these, I just heat them up from frozen. And that's that. So let's bring you guys back over here as we try to find room in the freezer. Should still have room. So yeah, we'll be making the breakfast hash. sometime in the next couple days. I got all the stuff for it. Okay. Alright, so just gotta move this aside again. There we go. Once these freeze, I can kind of put them on their side and squeeze a couple more in. But for now, yeah, we're basically just going to stack them in there. There we go. And we got a few in there too. You can't quite see that, but anyway. So 19 meals. So far. So the Alfredo, we can probably get a similar amount. I think with the Alfredo it comes out to a little bit less in terms of how much sauce there is, so we might get 8 portions instead of 9. We'll see. I find the same with rice, and the main reason being with rice is it settles more in the container, so I tend to put more in. Also, I find rice isn't as filling as pasta, so I tend to put more in also so that it's a little bit more filling of a meal. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, doing this kind of thing, I actually started doing meal prep at my last job for much the same reason. There was a deli there, but it wasn't included. it was extra. Like there was a deli in the building where I worked, but it was an independent thing, and I would get sandwiches there all the time. They were good sandwiches. But I worked it out. I was spending like $10-15 a day on food. Buying stuff from the deli. Sometimes more. And I was like, no. There's got to be... So I started doing the meaty pasta as a means of having a hot lunch to bring with me. So I would bring it... to work. What did I used to do? I'm trying to remember if I just brought it frozen or if I left it. I think I left it in the fridge, much like I was saying with the breakfast hash. I would put it in the fridge the night before work, so it would be. Now with that like freezes into a solid block, so it takes longer to thaw, just like naturally. So I would put it in the fridge the night before, and then I would take it to work. When it was still partially frozen, I'd just keep it in my bag. And by the time lunchtime rolled around, it would be sufficiently thawed, but still frozen a little bit, that it would heat up fairly quickly. I had it pretty much down to a science after a while. So I used to do that. I'd make a couple different things, much like I'm doing here. I'd usually have, in the freezer at any given time, I'd have a meaty pasta, an Alfredo pasta, and some kind of rice. And or sometimes a stir fry. Or you know, I might have some leftover dinner from the previous night, like if I made pork chops or something, I'd bring that to work. So, you know, it makes a big difference. So I found that I was very quickly seeing a difference in how much money I was spending, or rather how much money I wasn't spending on food. So, it's good stuff. Sausage breakfast biscuit. Oh, yeah. I love the breakfast sandwiches at Timmy's. I used to get them on the scones, and then I started getting them just on the English muffins, just the, you know, the kind of traditional style. But those, you can make those yourself. Like, I actually got, because I like those kinds of things so much, I went on to Google and found a really good recipe for breakfast sausage, where you can make your own breakfast sausage patties. And it's basically just ground pork and a medley of spices. And because I like to make my own breakfast sandwiches all the time. I used to just use bacon, or I would buy the frozen sausage rounds. And I thought, there's got to be a way I can make these myself. It's got to be just like a mix of spices or something. And sure enough, that's all it was, just a mix of spices and ground pork. So I would get like a bunch of ground pork and make a batch of sausage rounds, pre-cook them all, and then I could just, you know, quickly fry up an egg and make a breakfast sandwich, you know? And it was great. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine had appendicitis. He, I don't know if anything specific caused it. It just kind of, you know, luck of the draw. But, yeah, it's fine. I mean, as long as you've cooked it and then put it in the freezer, then it's fine. You just don't want to refreeze it again after you've thawed it. That's the trick with leftovers, is once you've thawed it, eat it or chuck it, because you don't want to refreeze it. Same with any kind of fresh meat. You don't want to freeze it more than once. So you freeze it, you thaw it when you're going to use it, but if you thaw it and then don't use it, don't refreeze it. I don't know what it is, but something about that process effectively turns it to poison. So, the Belgian waffle breakfast sandwich. Oh, that sounds good. It's all mental. Yeah, well, it's also just kind of understanding what the do's and don'ts are. As long as you know, kind of get that, then you know what not to do and what is okay to do. But yeah, I've been doing this kind of meal prep probably for about 5 or 6 years now. Used to be for work, now it's just for convenience, really. Just means I spend less time cooking and can focus more on other things like doing my streams and whatnot. So, yeah, so it's all just kind of part of being efficient and try not to spend so much on junk food, you know. Alright, I'm going to clean up this pan here just so it's ready to go for tomorrow. But yeah, I definitely recommend doing that. And I mean, this is just the kind of stuff I make. I mean, you can make whatever you want. You know, make what you like. It used to be, I guess my first foray into meal prep was making sandwiches. I would make like a week's worth of sandwiches for work. And, just kind of grab and go. It'd be like luncheon meat sandwiches, right? So I'd make just a stack of them and have them ready to go in the fridge. And then I'd just grab a couple each day for work. Throw in a granola bar or something, you know. And there you go. And then I started doing it with the hot meals like this, and I mean, I just never looked back. It just makes such a difference. Because you don't want to, you know, be cooking a massive meal every single day. Some days you just want to heat something up and not have to put so much effort in. And that's the nice thing about having a variety in there too, is, you know, it doesn't just have to be for work lunches. You can have it for dinner if you want. Like in my case, I try to have something in there that's good for breakfast as well as dinners. And anything that's in there for dinner can double as lunch too, so just cover all the bases. I started getting into doing that with the breakfast hash because I've always been a big lover of breakfast food. But first thing in the morning when I wake up, the last thing I want to be doing is cooking a massive pile of food. I just want to be having my coffee and trying to get the cobwebs cleared away, you know? So I thought, well, there's got to be something I can do. And then I got the idea to do... Actually, what it was is I picked up a package of the pre-made breakfast hash from the supermarket, and I was like, I could make this, and I could probably make it better. So that's what kind of put me on that path, and I did, and tried a couple different things, and it turned out really good. So the first time I made it, I can't remember what I had in it for meat. I think it was, I remember one time, I don't remember if it was the first time or not, but I remember one time I actually picked up a package of breakfast sausages and I ripped them apart. Like I took them all out of their skins and basically just put all the innards into the breakfast hash. Well, I cooked it up and then I put it all into the breakfast hash, and then it was, and that's what got me thinking, much like how I thought, well, I can make this with the breakfast hash, so I just got fresh peppers and stuff, and just look at what was in it. It was just peppers and onions and some meat. I was like, okay. So I got the peppers and onions and some sausages, broke up the sausages, put them in there, and it was great. It was phenomenally better than the pre-made stuff. And that's what got me to thinking, like, well, why don't I just get a recipe for the sausage meat too, and then I can do that part myself too. And that's kind of where that came from. So now I just do the whole damn thing myself. Actually, I guess, no, not quite. The only thing I don't generally do myself with that is the potatoes. I do cooked potatoes and make like fresh hash browns if I'm just kind of making them to order. But for the breakfast hash, I just use the frozen hash browns because I figure, well, they're already frozen and designed that way. I don't know. It's, as you say, probably a mental thing more than anything else. Am I the only one who thought Liz or Harry left way too early in Doctor Who? Rewatching Terror of the Zygons and that came to mind. Yes. Well, Liz not so much because she'd had a couple seasons with the third Doctor already. Well, one season with the third Doctor and like a season and a half with the fourth Doctor. So that's not too bad. Harry, definitely. I would have liked to see more Harry. He was fun. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just think about what kind of stuff you like to have for lunch, and go from there. You know, in my case, it was just like it'd be really nice to have a hot lunch and not just have sandwiches all the time. So that's when I started making the pasta, and then you know, go from there. See what you like and what is feasible for you to make yourself, and just kind of go from there. If it's sandwiches, you know, you could try what I did and just make like a bunch of sandwiches. The only thing I would suggest is if it's something like a tuna sandwich or something, you don't want to make a bunch of those in advance because they go soggy. But like a luncheon meat sandwich or whatever, that's that's easy. Or you do like a chili, or like a stew, or any number of things. Do a nice big slow cooker stew. You could probably get like 6 lunches out of that. That's another thing I do sometimes. Oh, well, folks, it is a little after 1 in the morning. I've been up since 7:30 yesterday morning. I think it's time for me to go to bed. So, yeah. So almost 3 hours worth of cooking, and we got 19 meals out of it. I think that's pretty good. That's a good day's work right there. So tomorrow, I want to get the Alfredo done, just to get the chicken cooked and not sitting in the fridge. And yeah, so we'll do that, and then I'll try to start earlier tomorrow. So we'll do that, and then maybe do some other stuff after. All right, cool. I was actually going to do my hair today, but I didn't. Instead, I just had a shower, which was wonderful. I did remember to get more shampoo on my mega shopping trip, so hooray. All right, have a good one, Monkey Demon. Thanks again for the dono, dude. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. And yes, you definitely sound like you're in a sandwich-friendly environment more than a hot lunch-friendly environment there, Mike. Okay, have a good day or night, everybody. Thanks for coming out. And I'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for all the bits and donos. And sayonara.